Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created these 3D white and gold nails. So getting right into it, she wanted to do the lipstick shape. I know I've shown you before in a previous video how I've done my moon shape nails. If you haven't checked out that video, you can go check it out. And I show you how I shape my moon shape nails without using an e-file. This is how I do my lipstick nails. I cut a little bit of a corner off with some nail clippers, and then I just go in with a nail file and make sure that you're filing, which I try to show as much as I can, but make sure that you're filing like at that angle that you're doing, that I'm showing right now. That's just all I do. I file really good and clear out the underneath. It's like you can create different nail shapes like that just using a regular file. You don't need an e-file to do it. And I have an e-file. I just don't feel like ever pulling it out. I just think that, you know, I could do the same thing with a regular file. So that's what I do. So yeah, that's all I did. And I went ahead and wanted to get the shape at least before I put anything down on it. So that's what I do. I just go ahead and get the shape on, but it's simple. You just cut a little piece off and take the nail file and file a diagonal. See, and then it's a pretty shape. And then after that, I'm going in with this double rhythm Milky White. You have to be careful sometimes with some Milky Whites. They can turn out like yellowy. Don't know if anyone has experienced that, but I have, and it's ugly. So the double rhythm, I wanted to try this out, and it turns out that it's actually a gorgeous milky white. It didn't turn yellow or anything like that. It doesn't have like a yellow tint to it or anything. It actually came out really pretty. So for all the nails, they are going to get 2 coats of this milky white color. Yeah, so now I'm just going in with the second coat and then gonna let that cure. Yeah. So now I'm going to be using, I know this is an old bottle. I've had that bottle for a little while, so, but I got a new one out to show you, but it's the Makart 3D Sculptor Gel. This is what I use to create most of my 3D stuff with. I'm getting that out. I wanted to use what the rest of it I had in the bottle. And then I'm putting some on my palette here, and I'm going to mix it with some white polish. I was running out of this white polish as well, so I switched over to the Venalisa white. And I'm mixing white polish in with that 3D gel to give it a thick, like a real thick polish. I guess you could say like a really thick gel to go in with the designs, and you can see right there how thick it is. So you just put enough in until you get like that thick consistency, and then moving on, I think I start with the pointer finger. Yes, we're gonna go in, and according to the inspo pic, it's just like a wriggly line. It's just like a gold line. And I wanted to use white versus black. I don't know. I guess to me with the white, I think the white with the chrome, it sticks out a little bit better. But I just chose to use white. And it also had like these little gems inside of the 3D. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, the only way that could have been achieved is while it's still wet to go ahead and stick those gems in there. So that's what I did. The gold chrome that we're going to use afterwards is not going to stick to the gems, of course. So that's what I did. The only thing that I did forget to do is I forgot to wipe off the pointer nail before putting on this white. And you will see that I just go in, and it's no big deal if you forget. Just take a little bit of acetone on a brush and just wipe off around the edges. if you forget to wipe it off or buff it or anything. So then I let that cure, and then now we're going to chrome it. And you can see as I'm chroming, like it's going to stick a little bit to the nail because I didn't wipe it off or buff it, but it's not going to stick to those rhinestones after I brush it off and everything. So yeah, that's what I am doing here. Just going in and chroming and then cleaning up the little bit of chrome that did get on the nail. After that, I'm going to go ahead and top coat it because I don't want the chrome to get ruined or anything. And because that nail is pretty much finished except for the 3D lines that's going to be used across it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put top coat on that. And then I realized my mistake and I went ahead and wiped the rest of the nails off. For the pinky, it's just going to be all around the edge of the nail, and that's what I'm doing here. I also forgot to throw in an inspo pick, so I'm going to throw that up now. So you can see this is the inspo pick that she wanted. Very pretty. So that is what we're recreating today. So again, on the pinky, we're just going around all the edge of the nail, let that cure, and then put some chrome gold chrome powder on it. And the gold chrome that I'm using is the Saviland collection that I bought from Amazon, which I'll link what I use in the description. But it's number 22 is what I used. It's not too yellow, it's not too dark, because I don't really like that really bright yellow gold. You know, I'm talking about that really yellow gold. I don't like that at all. So this one was not like that yellowy. So I went with this. I felt like it matched the picture the best. So that's what we're doing here. Just going in and chroming. And since I wiped the nail off, you can see the chrome's not sticking. And if it does stick a little bit, again, you can just take a little bit of acetone on a brush and wipe it off. And for this nail, I went ahead and glued the charm that in the center. The original inspo picture, had lock charms. I don't have those, so I just went ahead and went with the little gold stars, which she was fine with. But I since I didn't have those gold lock ones, I just went ahead and used stars. I used a little bit of Makart rhinestone glue, put that in the middle, let that cure, and then going ahead and top coating the nail, and that nail is finished. So now for the middle nail, we're going to go ahead, and I decided to take that off the stand while the pinky is curing. I can go ahead and start working on this because this one is going to be the 3D eye nail. And I'm going in with I love this stuff. It's the Makart 4-in-1 Glux Gel. I'll also link that below too. That can be found in my Amazon storefront. But I'm going in with that and just pretty much trying to shape it into like a big eye, which is like molding the corners down a little bit thinner while keeping the top and the bottom wider, like an eye. This was really fun to create. I had a lot of fun doing this set. I think it turned out really good, but yeah, you can see here because I'm spreading it out, trying to get it shaped like an eye. You're going to have some hanging over. So literally I just kind of cut it off with my tool and take it off, and yeah. After that's cured, I do go ahead and cure it, and then I go in and paint it all white because it's the eyeball. And you don't have to worry about putting the gel polish, like, you don't have to worry about getting it too neatly, like down up in the back of the cracks and stuff like that, because that's going to be covered up anyway. We're going to go back in with that 3D mixture that we made and create the rest of it. So I just go ahead and color this in white and then let that cure. So once that's cured, I'm going in with this beautiful cat eye gel polish. It's by Beetles. It's number D477. It's a blue. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't think that's what they used in the inspo pick, but I wanted to use this blue because I don't know what they used in the inspo pick, but I tried to get it to match as close as possible, and it actually turned out, good. But I put the cat eye in the circles, to be the color of the eye. And once you get that down, I take a magnet, just like a little magnet that I had, and I start, waving it on the sides and whatnot, just to try to get like a little bit of a cat eye effect to it, and which it did, and it's so pretty. That blue is so pretty, and these cat eye gels from Beetles are no joke. They are really pretty. I'll link them below too. It's a collection that I got, and it came with really pretty colors. So then I'm just going to take a little bit of regular white polish, and I want it to create kind of like this bright effect that's going to be behind like the pupil. So I put white in the middle, draw it like in a line, and then start fanning it out a little bit with an ombre brush. And then go ahead and take a little bit of black and create that pupil. And once you put the pupil on, it gave the effect that I was looking for, and it turned out absolutely gorgeous. So then I just stick that in the lamp and let that cure. And then now this is where I'm going to wipe off this nail, because you needed the nail to originally be sticky to get the 4-in-1, the Glux gel, to stick to the nail properly. So I didn't wipe off that nail. But I went ahead and wiped that off since we're moving on to the chroming. We're going to go back and dip into that 3D mixture that we mixed up. And now I'm going all around the eyeball with this and creating like that eyelid is what I'm doing, but making it 3D. So that's what I'm doing here. And then once I've got that to how I wanted it to look, I'm going to let it cure. So now I'm just going back in with that same gold and putting the gold everywhere that I just laid the white down. I don't think I showed it here, but, or either I forgot. Technically, after the blue cat eye is put down and after that's cured and everything, you're going to want to put top coat down first on the eyeball. So that way the chrome does not stick all into the eye like it is doing here. Because otherwise it's fine if you do make that mistake like I did. It's fine. You can just go in and wipe it off. But as I got to looking at this eye, I didn't like the way it was looking. I started to notice that it seemed like it was like bug-eyed. And if looking at the inspo pic, like the eyeball it wasn't like that. I don't know. You might think the eye looks good, and I'm not saying it looks terrible, but for me, it just wasn't looking right to me. It was just looking too bug-eyed and looking at me like that. So I'm just finishing this up and cleaning up the chrome off of it. And then I kind of realized, yeah, I don't like this. So I went back and I go back and completely redo it off camera. Like I did here, you can see that looks a little bit better. That's better to me because the eye is more slanted. It looks more like the inspo pic. So I just did it off camera real quick. I did the same exact steps. And then got back to this. So once the chroming is done, according to the inspo pic, it's got lines underneath of the eyes. It's like, I guess, meant to represent like the eyelashes. But they're also 3D too, but not as thick. So I decided to go in and draw the shape out first with just regular white polish. So that way I have the shape there. I'm going to draw that out with the white polish, let that cure, and then I'm going to go back over top of it with that 3D mixture that we mixed up earlier to give it a little bit of a 3D effect. Okay, so here my camera cut off. Oh, I'm sorry, but all I did, and I was showing you, all I did was I went back and used the Makart 3D sculpture gel and did the clear lines on the pointer, and then I just put gold chrome on the eyelashes of the eye. That's all I did. And then I went ahead and buffed the ring finger right now, and because we're going to go ahead and place the charms onto the nails. And for the inspo pic, I seen that it had some sun charms. I did not have the exact charm that was in the middle, that huge like gold, not like a teardrop shape, but yeah, I didn't have that. So I wanted to get some pretty charms that I thought would look good with it, and I think this one, the like large triangle with the pearl, is absolutely beautiful. So then I'm also using the Zule's nail glue, the bling adhesive, and the Makart. I use the Makart for like the tinier stones. But yeah, so that's what we're doing here, gluing that down on the ring finger, and then going over to the thumb and gluing some gems down on here. Again, just try to go with a gold and like clear type gem to go with the theme, since I did not have the exact matching ones. I did have the sun gems, so I was able to use those and stick them on, which I had already used the star on the pinky, so I'm like, just let it match some, so I'll use a star again instead of that lock, because I didn't have the lock. So I think it turned out looking pretty good with those charms. So that's all I'm doing here. And then for the middle finger, on the inspo pic, they just have like little charms and little gold beads around them. So that's just all I'm going to put on here. Once all that is placed and once all that is cured, I go in and top coat. And one thing I wanted to say, that if you have any charms that have pearls on them like this one does, or you're using pearl, those little pearl charms, please make sure that you top coat the pearls. I always, always, always top coat my pearls. If there is a pearl on any charm that it comes with or anything, I will top coat that pearl, because over time, it can start wearing off, and I don't want that. So to keep the pearl looking vibrant and pretty all the time, I always top coat my pearls. Just a little tip that I can give you. And then I just go in and top coat everything else all around the eye. Yeah, except for the pointer finger, we don't need to top coat. But yeah, so that's all I'm doing here. And then I top coat the thumb all around the gems, and I'm also making sure that I cover up the sun and the star. And that's pretty much going to be it for this set. Guys, check out my Valentine's special that I've got out now, Character Freestyle. I would love to do a character set for you guys, so check that out. That's on all of my social medias and my website. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.